Just looking at this connectivity issue thing. Hopefully it's not going to interrupt things tonight. However, baby might, because I'm watching the baby tonight. Hopefully she doesn't wake up. Might have to cut the stream short if she does, but I did get her down about a little over a half hour ago. So we'll see how that all plays out. Hang on one second. Um, let's do introductions, right? Tuesday night. I'm your host, Stuart Davis, Flawed Man of God, a humble parishioner at a small church just outside of Richmond, Virginia. Not a pastor, not a biblical scholar, haven't been to seminary. Not trying to get you to join my church or donate to any special cause. What I'm here to do is talk about God, talk about Jesus, talk about the Holy Spirit, talk about the Bible, talk about Christianity, talk about a wide variety of different topics, issues, and current events, and give you my perspective on them. One that I think is reflective of your average Christian guy. I've been a Christian all my life, 41 years, non-denominational Protestant. Don't subscribe to any particular doctrine or denomination. I'm just in the Word daily, trying to do it better each and every day. Sometimes I'll get it right. Sometimes I'll get it wrong. But no matter what, if you're hearing my voice, if you're watching this stream, you can count on it being my honest opinion on whatever it is we're talking about. So if you're somebody who is interested in becoming a Christian, you're interested in learning more about Jesus, you're seeking out meaning in life, you feel like something's missing. Maybe there's a small voice in the back of your mind wondering if there's more to your existence than just this life here on earth. And I'll go ahead and give you the short, easy answer is yes. If you're all looking for Jesus, yes, you're doing the right thing. Yes, there's more to your life than just what's here on earth. There is. And if you want to learn more about it, stay tuned. Stay on here. We're going to talk about faith. And it's not going to be some professionally made, scripted, contrived, short Instagram reel or YouTube short or TikTok. It's not going to be trying to not going to be trying to come across like I know everything. Like I said, not a pro at this. If you're looking for something relaxed, casual, with a layperson approach to things, this might be the place you want to hang out at. And if you are already a Christian and you just enjoy Christian topics or discussions, you are welcome to be here as well. We run this very similar to a Wednesday night study group or a Sunday school, small group oriented, very much the community, very much interested in what you guys think, and definitely want you guys' input. Now, how do you get your input, you may ask? That's easy. Be in the chat. The chat is and has become for a long time a centerpiece of this, or a main piece of this this show. We have a great group of folks who tune in and night out. Little skimpy tonight. It's just Alex on the couch napping, but we'd love to get input from you, and the chat would love to have you join them. How do you contribute? Just give your opinion. What do you agree with or disagree with? What do you think I'm doing right or wrong? What unique perspective, experience, insight do you have on whatever it is we're talking about that you think might add to the discussion? Ask questions, but understand I might not have the answer. We can talk about your question and hopefully point you in the right direction. But I'm not going to pretend I know when I don't. So, if you enjoy this show, like the episode, if you want to see more episodes, let's go ahead and subscribe, please. If you want to be notified when I stream, it's around this time, Monday through Thursday, 8:35 p.m. Eastern time. But go ahead and hit the notification bell so you can get the heads up so that you know it's coming on. Because sometimes it's a little late. Sometimes it's a little late. But with that said, how's everybody doing? By everybody, just Alex, wake up, sir. We got Proverbs to finish. Um, Lots of Mondays. Mondays usually a long intro because we're catching up on all the goings on of the weekends, and nothing spectacular happened over the course of the day that I caught anyway. Um, Except for the RNC convention, kind of embarrassing how they conducted themselves with a lot of kowtowing to pagan beliefs, and they forget. Well, let's say won't say that they forget what they're supposed to believe in because I don't know how much any of them believe in anything. But we believe here. What's going on, Steve? Hopefully, you and the fam are doing great. Hopefully, you got to build some engines today. Hopefully, y'all had a productive day at work. So we're gonna kick right into it tonight, though. Um, Again, because we went long last night. We do have another 20 or so. 20 or 25. Yeah, 25 Proverbs to go over tonight. Let's see how far we can get into it. And pop it up. There it is. If you guys don't know, use Bible Gateway as the source. It's in the links in the description. I use the Amplified translation generally. We moved over to that several months ago. The only differences being when we were in Psalms, when we were reading the Psalms, they were we were reading them in King James because it's just more poetic that way. Oh, also, how's it going, Alias? Also, the Salters that sometimes I choose the intro with. Philip Dorito on Twitter was able to get them on Spotify and Amazon Music. So you don't have to just stream them on YouTube anymore. So most people use Spotify. I prefer, it's me. Hang on. I prefer Amazon Music just because I feel like I got more control. I haven't used Spotify in a while. So I don't know if it's gotten more towards my I don't want to pick anything. What is this? I should be logged in. Music Unlimited. There we go. Music playlists. Let's see if I can pull up volume 1. All right. Let's do this real quick. So there you go. You go into Amazon Music. I'm sure Spotify has a way to do it as well. Summer Salter Volume 1. And he just goes right through it. Pretty cool. And you just click on it and then we're gonna Philip Dorita, Song of Songs. Looks like he's got some other work that he's done too. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Give him a shout out because I think the work that he did on that was pretty cool. I like it. I will definitely be listening to it on Amazon Music. And if you want to, that's how you can. It made me think about it because we were talking about how we were covering things. But tonight, we were talking about Proverbs. Now we left off with the heart knows its own bitterness, and stranger knows no stranger shares its joy. Covered that, so we will start with 11, verse 11. The house. Hey, pulling a matrix move this week. Lucy, you got to go back. I'm not going to rehash it. I spoke about it with some length yesterday. So if you listen to kind of the beginning part of the stream, you can catch things. And let's see. One of the other things that Matt Felty got me to do. Hang on. That was last week. That was last night's. Is give out mod status to people who are the regulars, just so that you guys have got a little bit more that you guys can share with me if I choose to pay attention. Let's see. And Alias gets a mod. And yeah, Lucy, you and Thad make me nervous doing this, but don't make me regret it. All right. There you guys go. Alias, Lucy have now ascended to mod status or descended, depending on how you want to look at it. So what a horrible, expected unsurprise that was. I mean, oh, just Monday and Friday work this week. All right. MR is here. Amazing how fast people come back when you give them mod status. um, let's just be happy that nothing that nothing let's just be happy that the body count was as low as it was, and pray for the man who lost his life. Other people were hit, and hopefully they recover. But yeah, but welcome, Lucy. Welcome, MR, as well. Work is light during the summer. This is my get out and prep time for me. Veritax is here. Veritax definitely gets mod status. I know I can trust Veritax as a mod. He is a it's nothing. I think it's because you can help out if anybody's acting foolish, which we never have. Rough weekend, 54 hours in 5 days, not a typical week. Well, hey. hopefully productive. Hopefully there was the satisfaction of a job well done, Vertex. Um, hopefully you got some rest, or you're getting ready for rest, whatever. All right. So, yeah, I'm trying to mod the regulars, right? The folks who come here regularly, just to give y'all again a little bit more say in the show, or I guess, and maybe a little bit more visibility, a little bit more ability to do things, and thank you for dealing with my boomer pace of things. Anyway, so that Alex doesn't get too irritated, let's go ahead, move through. The house of the wicked will be overthrown, but the tent of the upright will thrive. The house of the wicked will be overthrown, but the tent of the upright will thrive. Right. Evil loses, good wins. The war is over. The battles are still going on. The war is over. Jesus Christ resurrected, or sacrificed, then resurrected after laying waste to hell, and the demons there when he during that time. Um, but we still have battles, but it's very interesting um, that folks don't seem to pick up on that. Some, not everybody. Some folks just seem to not care about the eternal side. They don't believe in it. They don't care about it. They don't want to think about it. Um, whatever. But this right here is your harbinger. That's your harbinger. House of the wicked will be overthrown. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow. Eventually it's going to happen. Tent of the upright will thrive. Good will triumph. What's going on, Jenny? And yes, I see a wrench. Does this mean I'll be a better shade mechanic? If you believe in yourself like I do. MR said, I pray to God. You didn't see the RNC. I would briefly commented about that at the very beginning. Again, disappointing. Somebody should have spoken up. They won't. It's all about inclusivity. Everybody wants to be part of this. Don't put it past. A lot of the folks don't put it past. Don't put it past the Trump camp for having a hand in that. This is not. We do not have candidates that represent general Christian values. Some that will further some of those, but they're not going to be on our side all the time. That's why we have to be careful. There's a lot of folks out there who just think that Trump is just carrying that cross right to the White House. He didn't do it in his first term. He's not going to do it in the second term unless this close call is going to, changes his mentality. And I don't want to say he definitely won't, because anybody can change. Everybody can change. Some of us choose to, some of us don't. But we live in a increasingly secular political system with an increasingly secular political class. Joe Biden, and I was talking about it with El Chaco, who's been on this show, very big, very, very staunch Catholic. It's kind of, Biden is a Catholic and has used it as kind of bolster how he is a man of faith. But if you look at his thoughts and how he leads and what drives his moral compass, a lot of it goes against Catholic teachings. And unfortunately, um, he and other politicians have not been called to task for that by their governing church, which I say, if they did, if the Vatican did actually just, stand up for um, itself and its beliefs, then, I would have a whole lot more respect for it. But it does not hold people accountable, it seems, unless it is, uh, unless it causes a bad look, and a bad look in the eyes of the world, not a bad look in the eyes of God, it seems. But I'm not in those discussions. All I'm seeing is that it looks like they're not standing up for godly principles, which they should be. They should. And that's just where you just need to be aware that that's the playing field that we're on. I'm not telling you guys which way to vote. I'm not telling you. I will tell you, please vote, even if it's a write-in, even if you're making something up, even if just go through the motions. Show that you're willing. Show the world that you're willing to put your beliefs. You put the effort in to put your beliefs out there. Samwise, vote for Samwise Gamgee. But that's just where we need to understand that that's the reality in the world that we live in. If we want to change that, if we want to change who is in that political class, if we want to change um, how the government views uh, Christian ethics, how it applies them or doesn't apply them, you have to participate on some level. Prayer, um, a little bit of activism, just making your voice heard, putting that out there. We have to stand by each other. And that's one of the things that I can't stand because I see good Christians, of Catholics, of Orthodox, of various Protestant sects infighting with each other. Bah, 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 bah. You worship Mary. You're schismatic, or you guys don't understand what the church father says. We're the closest to the church. We're the closest to the early church. We're the closest to the early church. You guys added to the Bible. You guys took books away. Blah 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 blah. But if you sit down and have a conversation with them on the bottom line, there's going to be more grievance and disagreements. Coalesce that there's a there is a there is potential there. Let's to come together. Stop fighting to convert each other. Look to convert people who don't believe at all, or who are leaving churches like the Methodist Church or um, the Episcopalian Church or the ELCA Church because they get weirder and weirder and people feel pushed out. Look to show unbelievers that there is a place for them. They need that God is an option for them. And it's not a circular firing squad once you get there. Once we've dealt with apostasy, once we've dealt with atheism, once we've dealt with all the other beliefs then maybe we can start turning our attention towards um who's got it the most right. But I think by that time we'll all be learning that straight from God, right? Um and I hate that. And it keep makes us weaker when it comes to guiding the nation and what our societal expectations are and our cultural practices are. We can be better. But no matter whether we succeed in that or not, here's the big deal. The house of the wicked will be overthrown, the tent of the upright will thrive. What no matter what side we choose, good's going to win, bad's going to lose. Be on the good side, please. Mr said, Nah, definitely not a religion first president." Lucy says, "I just want someone not to be another political deep state butthead. I don't really care if they're a good Christian or not. Just, well, I care, but I also understand that there's not a whole lot of say I get into that. Who's going to lead this country the best that's available, I guess. The good Christian or not, that's just not just that they are trying." Matt Felty said, "Relationship over religion. I say together. Relationship and religion should work together." Um, Lucy pro-choice, talking about Biden pro-choicer, that old crudge muppet. MR, as a Catholic, saying he thinks he's an apostate pope. Um, Matt Felty, JD2 mentioned God a little on O'Reilly interview yesterday night. Who's JD? Who am I? Oh, JD Vance. Some good prayers at RNC. Hope the boldness of faith in Jesus causes growth. Well, they didn't start off with a good prayer. They started off praying a bunch of pagan nonsense. Lucy's voting for Michael Carpenter. Christians need to stop caring about what other people think. Well, I know where you're going with that. Laugh at the oppression more, be and more, or laugh at the opposition more and be unapologetic. The Christian slamhedron, just coined that term. If the tent of the upright has a good foundation, that is. Oh yeah, but that's what he's describing. Oh, you met Hannity? I'm still surprised he's in the business. Is he likable in real life? He seems so fake on television. Anyway, there is a way which seems right to a man and appears straight before him, but its end is the way of death. It's a way which seems right to a man and appears straight before him, but its end is the way of death. The There are temptations. There are times where we can lead ourselves into trouble, thinking that we're doing the right thing. That's why humility is a good thing. That's why we have the written word. That's why the foundation of the church is so important. It's why we can't just do anything. We can't just interpret the Bible however we want to. Prayer, humility, prayer, understanding the word. Those are the best three examples I can give. That's to avoid this. And don't just go, this looks right. Does this feel like a different way of saying the road to hell is paved with good intentions? I thought I was doing the right thing. Steve, whoop, wrong one. Steve said, "Think we need more Jesus followers versus anything." Yeah. Jenny, ooh, did not know this. Nice little tidbit here. I grew up Mormon faith, not FLDS Mormon yet. I know what you mean. My dad was, when he was young, he was placed in a placement program, hence the Mormon faith. Me as an adult, I stepped away. I still keep my Bible and scriptures. Um, what do you think about the faith, the Mormon faith, now that you've left it? Never mind. I'm not going to put you on the spot about that, Jenny. If you want to share more, I am interested in hearing about it. Um, because many Mormons that I know are very nice people. They do a great job looking out for uh, or sticking together as a faith. Many are so super nice, but their belief structure, yeah, I think, is totally alien, totally alien to uh, what I think is actual Christianity. Just feels like it's wearing a Christian mask, not the people, but the belief structure. Fairtex said, "IT's the first, or it's the first time in life that someone could say they were saved by PowerPoint slides. I bent." People did speak up about RNC. They want to be a big tent. It's all about big win. What happens after? Well, there you go. Never share my faith. This is the first. It is private to many. I don't think it's everybody's calling to go over and talk about it and discuss it. Just stand by your principles and and if the spotlight ever hits you in a way where you need to, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Or if you're afraid, put your faith in God and speak what needs to be spoken. Lucy says, "Can you imagine the look on a guardian angel's face every time their chart screws up? I know mine face palms every day. Mine do, sir." Matt's tuned out on news folk. Yeah. I used to be a big Drudge reader. I used to read the Drudge Report all the time. Stopped doing it a couple years into the Trump presidency. Drudge got a little weird. I think they had a falling out, or he's doing what? Jenny says, "While I believe more in the Bible than the Book of Mormon, I wish the best for all and try to be a good person to everyone." Yeah, you should be a good person to people. Lucy says, "Mormons are great when it comes to compassion and charity. My next door neighbors are Mormon. They are all right. Yeah, they do a good job with us. They do a good job. They are well organized. They are well organized." Steve Hawley said, "I don't get why they want more than one wife. I have one. That's sometimes too many. Lol." Um, the polygamy, and it's not. Well, I'm not gonna speak for Mormons. What I will say is they they don't believe in the Trinity. They believe that Satan and Jesus were brothers. There's um just some extra stuff in there that really kind of pulls it away. Um, I don't know. Again, folks like Jenny might be able to speak much more intelligently and knowledgeably on that than I can. All I know is it just the more I dig into it, the more I find it's it's something different. And again, stuff like that, deceitful, the way which seems Right to a man and appear straight. Look at these guys. They behave well. They look out for each other. Great community. They're charitable. They do all this stuff. That's great. Well, does it lead to salvation or does it lead into a dark place? And Jenny, start with the oh yeah. Emmanuel's from in Dallas right now. Yes, I'm doing well. Even in laughter, the heart may be in pain, and the end of joy may be grief. Yeah. Um, Laughter is good. It's good for the soul if it's, good camaraderie, not the mean-spirited, um, bad bad sense of humor. However, um, good wholesome laughter and enjoyment, um, is good for the heart, but it doesn't mend it all the way. Sometimes it's just on the surface. There is more needed. They say laughter is the best medicine. I don't agree that um I don't agree that laughter is the best medicine, but it definitely is a good um it's a good place to start. But if you leave it at that, at the end, you stop laughing and their pain is still there. And at the end of joy may be grief. Now, think about the end of joy. Yeah, there's grief about the end of joy. We grieve when we lose people close to us. We grieve at the end of things that we enjoy. I grieve at the end of a good book series. Laughing and laughter is a band-aid God gives us. You know, it's good first aid. It is not a cure. That's why you keep laughing. Yeah, just never stop. I laugh a lot, and it keeps me oftentimes bubbly. But at the end of the day, I'm still praying, still repenting, still telling God, I need comfort. I need more than just laughter. Oh man. Do you think that you grieve over things that have not yet happened? Yeah, kids growing up is like that's a joy. Every moment, every moment of joy. But then you look back on it and you're like, man, it's gone. One thing I had a preacher who told me because I had a moment where it got overwhelming to me. That what you're talking about right here. And um he told me, he goes, look, and his two sons are successful, both military veterans, very squared away, very and believers and everything. He goes, it gets more enjoyable watching that uh, and being part of that and knowing that you had a hand in that as well. And that has helped considerably and measurably. And that's not laughter, right? That's not laughter. That is advice and wisdom and telling somebody this is not an ending to things. Everything is a beginning to things with them. You don't have to laugh at it, but you can be comforted by it and pay attention to it. And like I said, that helped me more than just laughing about it. Oh, here's one. The backslider in heart will have his fill with his own rotten ways, but a good man will be satisfied with his ways, the godly thought and action in which his heart pursues and in which he delights. The backslider who backslides into his sin, who backslides into his error, his foolishness. If you are that in heart, you will you will feel like you're satisfied with your own decisions, your own actions. But the good man is satisfied with his ways that are godly in thought and action, and your heart, in which your heart pursues and in which you delight. Doing the Lord's will, doing the right thing, knowing you did the right thing, even if it came at some cost. And usually that's when it is, when the backslider, where the rubber meets the road, and you find out who's the backslider and who's not. When it matters, when there's something on the line, when there's difficulty, an obstacle of some sort, who sticks with it and who does their own thing. The naive or inexperienced person is easily misled, believes every word he hears, but the prudent man is discreet and astute and considers well where he is going. Yeah. Oh, I heard that. It must be true. I mean, that's part of being naive. But this is understanding when you are naive, and at times I am, and inexperienced, which we all find ourselves in places for you. We all find ourselves in places where we are might believe somebody, or especially might not know much about what we're talking about. But the prudent man is discreet and astute and considers well where he is going. But there it is. We might find places where we are inexperienced, unknowledgeable about something, which you consider it some healthy skepticism, right? Into what you're told, considering the source, doing stuff like that. Not just and not just assuming everybody has your good intent. Everybody has good intentions, or everybody knows what they're talking about. Oh, alias. Did you know naive is the only word not in the dictionary? What? Really? I didn't know that. I'm gonna remember that one. A wise man suspects danger and cautiously avoids evil, but the fool is arrogant and careless. Like lost ducks, honestly, we are ugly ducklings. Yeah. Wise man suspects dangers. And this one's one we've seen similar proverbs to this. Heck, the one before it's very similar. Prepare for the Hope for the best, prepare for the worst. Be understand that there are evils in this world. There are temptations, there are forces that want to see you fall. Some of them are more mystical, more mysterious, and some of them are right in front of our faces. Some of them we can observe, some of them we can't. It's okay to be careful. It's okay to try to be prudent. Don't be foolish, arrogant, and careless, right? Don't think you've got this. And don't think that there won't be consequences. A quick-tempered man acts foolishly without self-control. The man of wicked schemes is hated. Yeah. Impulsive. Me as a kid, terrible about this. It has taken me years to get a lot of it under control. I immediately want to lash out at somebody. Yes, fair tax. I did stream last night. Had a lot more talk about what went on over the weekend. Um, Control your temper. There are many circumstances, many, um, many examples of people that we can learn from because they didn't control their temper and the disasters and tragedies that struck. Are y'all not getting notifications? Have you hit the notification bell, Lucy Veritax? I try to put notes up if I'm not going to stream now. MR, like your ex ban. I have not been banned yet. I measure my words to a degree. A man of wicked schemes is hated. Yeah. Look, and here's just here's two different ways to do the wrong thing. Quick temper, not considering what you're doing, just something up so you're upset and now you've done something stupid. And then there's others who do something well thought out and malicious on purpose, premeditated. And people are hated for that. I'm a white man preaching about God on YouTube. I'm not preaching. Don't tell me that I'm preaching. We're just talking about it. No, don't wish a coronary on someone. Don't do that kind of stuff. The naive are unsophisticated and easy to exploit an inherent foolishness. Oh, wait, hold. The naive are unsophisticated and easy to exploit an inherent foolishness, not inherent. Inherit foolishness, but the sensible are thoughtful and far-sighted and are crowned with knowledge. What is the inherent foolishness? What is the end result? Foolishness by being naive, easily swayed, easily convinced, without much thought. God gave us a brain. The sensible are thoughtful and far-sighted. Some people consider what you're being told. Consider who's telling you this. Consider we're reading through the Bible. You've already got a good grounding on many things from reading what we discussed. If you're in a good church, that's the thing. Here's what we're talking about, right? You're in church. Preacher's preaching about something. I got a great example. Happened this weekend. Talking about Psalms. Psalm 14. Pull it up. Go back to the Psalms. Psalm 14, I think. Nope, not Psalm 14. Psalm 13. 13. How long, O Lord, will you forget me forever? How long will you hide your face? When God feels like he's not there, or when you feel like God's not there, or you feel like here you were waiting for something and he just not has shown you, it revealed his plan to you, or whatever. down here, but I have trusted and relied on, and he ends with trusted and relied on and been confident in your loving kindness and faithfulness. My heart shall rejoice and delight in your salvation. I will sing to the Lord because he has dealt bountifully with me. Stay faithful. And the pastor, Mike, who I've shown on here before, um, said, you keep doing what you're supposed to be doing. You keep, even if you are feeling lost, even if you are feeling down, even if you are feeling like it almost feels like he's forgotten about you. Stay, keep doing what you're supposed to be doing. And that means coming in here, coming to church. That means worshiping. That means partaking in communion. That means all of that. Rewind to a couple of years ago when I was still at my old church. My pastor at that church said, if you're not in a good place in your heart, you shouldn't take communion. And I remember going, what? Why? It doesn't say that anywhere in scripture. And I was like, I can't think of any denomination ever that believes that. Where did you come up with that from? Did you just make that up? The difference between somebody who knows, who can point to scripture, where it's consistent, where it shows understanding. There are times in the Bible where God backs this up before this is written, after it's been written. The Psalm from David. Job's a great example. You may not like where you're at right now. You may not like where I've put you. Don't worry. You keep doing what you're supposed to be doing. You keep showing faith. Your time will be revealed in time. Or your destiny will be revealed in time. Not everything he works on I don't work on y'all's clock. But it's okay to feel upset. It's okay to be lost, to feel lost. It's natural for that to happen. You have to work to get better at that. But don't feel like it's the end of the world. And don't deny yourself and don't deny God what is expected of you because you're not wild and fancy free at the moment. That's the difference. That's an example, in my opinion, easy to exploit. Believe just what you're told just because somebody was on the pulpit saying it. It doesn't come from a Paul writing for me. I don't know anybody who believes that except for him. And the way he said it was just like, you got to be all the way. No, we're broken people. We've got all sorts of different problems, each of us. Hopefully, I didn't put you on the spot, Jenny. But what I will say is right now, where you're at seems to be good. And the comments that you make are edifying. When you share your, it's always nice for the hi and to stop by and say hi. But when you comment, it is generally edifying. So, wherever you've been and whatever that is, where you're at, you're at the bare minimum, worst case scenario, you're on the right track. but I appreciate you sharing that. Hopefully, that relieves some anxiety. I helped relieve some anxiety. Hopefully, I didn't add to it. That's not what I wanted to do. I want you guys to feel good about being open on here. Not gonna ridicule you because it's the past, and we've all got pasts. All of us have got pasts, yours truly included. Bryson Gray is a MAGA Christian rapper, and he's more biblically literate than half of the RNC. I argued with him about the Bible on an X space, and he smacked me. I'd like to see how that went down. Anyway, have a good evening, Jenny, and thank you for sharing. Um, but yeah, inherent foolishness. If you just buy it all, everything, and it was uh and you don't try to line that up, that can end. I mean, you're basically flipping a, or you're gambling, and you hope that it's with somebody who is well intentioned and correct, and that might work once, twice. Eventually, eventually, you're going to run foul of somebody. Well, that's silly. Though that's not unheard of. All right. First Corinthians. What? Trying to find this. Is it Second Corinthians? Just give the passage. I'll pull it up real quick. Christian order of the Lord's Supper, 11:27. That's a whoever eats the bread and drinks of the cup of the Lord in a way that is unworthy of God will be guilty of profaning and sinning against the body and blood of the Lord. But a person must prayerfully examine himself and his relationship to Christ, and only when he has done so, he should eat of the bread of cup. That's a procedural thing. For anyone who eats and drinks without solemn reverence and heartfelt gratitude for the sacrifice of Christ, eats and drinks a judgment on himself if he does not recognize the body of Christ. Yeah, careless and unworthy. Because to me, it's like, he's talking about how he's had recent dealings where he's not partaken uh in communion because I mean, even again, it goes back to um you could be in a bad spot and still be great and still understand why you're partaking, being thankful, examining yourself, and doing all those things. I don't know why you wouldn't. Like, how far off are you? Not to say, look, not to say that doesn't happen to anybody, but to me, it's like, well, what is going on where you feel like this is like something that people are regularly experiencing? I don't, right? I've been upset. Even you can even be upset with God and still be in line with this. If you're still thankful for other things, for the sacrifice, if you're still introspective and examining yourself. That's a weird to me when he got up there and said that's a weird take. But he's the reason I don't go there anymore. So, but I could see like somebody could be like, "Look, I'm so incorrect. I am I am not thankful for that. I am not going to be I am not going to examine myself this way. If like you are steadfast on that, yeah, no, you shouldn't do that. But what you should be doing is going, um, yeah, no, um, no, I appreciate you, Brendan, pulling that up. 'Cause I would not doubt that he would cite that, and then it'd be like, so you could be mad here and still not be thankful for this. Look, I'm not happy with my parents sometimes. That doesn't mean I'm not thankful for the love and support they showed me as a kid. Jenny was being a little open about her past and past about coming from a Mormon background. Steve, and I was just saying, I was glad she shared that. People's faith oftentimes is very personal to them, or should be it should always be very personal to them. Some people hold that more to their chest. Some people don't. This is the internet, right? It's you're speaking this with the potential for it to be a lot louder than you intended. But some people keep that to themselves. Sometimes they're like people close to you, people who know your past, and you're like that they know, and that's all. And I can't. That's they know, right? I don't need to broadcast it everywhere. Um, and then some people like me, very outspoken, very open about it. We'll talk about it and everything. Doesn't make one of us better or worse than the other. Maybe me worse because it means I run my mouth. Jenny may be more a little bit more maybe more prudent and wise and less and better more even tempered, right? But yeah, sharing something is big. Where are we at? We're not going to finish tonight. The evil will bow down before the good, and the wicked will bow down at the gates of the righteous. There we go. Let's scroll back up. Just a reminder from the beginning. Oh wait, the house of the wicked will be overthrown. The tent of the upright will thrive. Good wins, evil loses. In the end. In the end. Poor man is hated even by his neighbor, but those who love the rich are many. Poor man is hated even by his neighbor, but those who love the rich are many. Yeah. Um, that doesn't mean that's not saying that's right. That's just explaining a truism. People who are poor oftentimes look down upon, oftentimes they don't want, you don't oftentimes looked as, yeah, in my case, poor white trash. Uh, and sometimes um not welcome in places they should be welcome. You are less neighborly to them at times. Some folks are. Some folks are. Not everybody. But those who love the rich are many. Oh, yeah. Celebrities, the rich, lots of hangers on, lots of yes men, a lot of people riding coattails, a lot of people just admiring from afar. It happens. and that's silly that it does. Sometimes sometimes people are poor for because of their own actions. Sometimes people are rich because of for their own actions. But that just because that's the case doesn't make one more righteous than another. And definitely, you shouldn't be less neighborly to somebody based on their material wealth. All right, we'll call this a night. An hour and 10 minutes. In fact, hold on a second. That line is so good. Always distract muting myself next reading. See, I'm glad too. It helps to understand people. I know Jehovah's Witnesses, Muslims, etc. I'd love to hear what they believe or were taught, where they came from. I love hearing more about when people have left and what caused them to leave. Not our faith, but other faiths come here. All right. So, MR, Steve, Matt, Jenny, Alias. I said Matt already, I think. But if not, Matt Felty, Emmanuel Osorio, Lucy, Veritax. I think that's the crowd tonight, all except for Alex, who might still be napping on his couch. Thank you guys for your contributions. Being open, being a little vulnerable, confronting some anxiety. Hopefully that is a good sign. Hopefully that is a good feeling. And we have been good witnesses and listeners to you. Not just Jenny, but any of you guys when y'all any of you guys who open up about your pasts. It's good. It's great. I'm glad that you guys are comfortable doing that. Glad that's been a good thing. Appreciate your contribution. Matt Felty said on communion, there are some churches who deny communion for a period of penitence. I would like to see scriptural backing up that because to me, you shouldn't do that unless somebody is openly denying something. Where you know that they're not going to follow stuff like what's in Corinthians. Great stream, guys, from Emmanuel. Sorry, a bit late, but still enjoying the show and learning, doing God's work, Stu. Thanks. Appreciate it. And the lighter episodes helped out the pilot episode of The Promised Land. Ooh. What is that? Give me more details on that tomorrow, Matt, during the intro, if you get here then, or the next time you're here at the beginning, and we'll go over it. Are you? Yeah. Anybody listening, I appreciate your ears. I'd love for you guys to get in the chat. If not, I understand, but I'm just glad that you guys are finding something that you guys will tune into night in and night out. Don't forget the like button, though, if you liked it. Don't forget to sub if you haven't. Right? To everybody catching me on replay, thank you for watching. Sorry I missed you. Hope to catch you live sometime soon. We'll plan on streaming tomorrow night. Everybody have a good night, and God bless.